Peoples, good afternoon. It is Monday, December 18th, and I am here with your geopolitical news. Al Jazeera reports bloodbath. Israel continues to target Gaza hospitals and civilians. No let up in Israel's onslaught despite mounting calls for a truce and aid deliveries. Despite growing international pressure for respite, Israel is continuing to bombard Gaza's health facilities and residential areas. Israeli air raids on Sunday and Monday maintained to focus on hospitals and civilian neighborhoods in the enclave, a tactic that has only encouraged further calls from around the world for a ceasefire in the besieged Palestinian territory as civilians and casualties mount. Okay, so most of you that's been listening to me for the past couple of weeks, you probably already know what I'm going to say. Cowardly acts made by cowards. I mean, what else is there to say? So, in order to justify what it is that the Israeli cowards are doing, they're just continuing. And so, regardless of the world, and I'm talking about absolutely around the world, is screaming for a ceasefire. Regardless of that fact, you'll still have the Israeli army committing the most cowardly act on the face of the earth. You know, there was a moment before I knew this conflict in depth the way that I do now, since I've been covering and studying what's been going on between Palestine and Israel. And so there was a moment in time where I supported a two-state solution. I no longer support that. You understand? I totally denounce that. And I now only support a one-state solution with Palestinians from the river to the sea. Right now, I'm going to show you this video to add some context to what it is that I'm talking about Israeli war tactics. And these are the tactics that are being used against these people.
I think there are about
Starvation.
5 pieces of very damning evidence that led to this conclusion. One is 2+ months of blocking entry of food and water. Second is the blocking of all but a trickle of humanitarian aid from entering into Gaza. Putting it all together, you reach the clear conclusion that the Israeli government is using starvation as a weapon of war, which is an abhorrent war crime.
Using starvation as a weapon of war. So these are the tactics that are being used by these militaries. You understand, these different governments and these military regimes around the world. You understand, these are the tactics that are being used. You understand? Not just the killing and the bombing of innocent civilians, but also the stopping of humanitarian aid, where you don't let certain provisions get to people that are in dire need, that are desperately in need, furthering the death and destruction.
So you're probably asking about the donations, about the aid trucks that you've sent to Gaza. And why are people striving and dying because of hunger? I'll answer. Your donations are in the desert. 15,000 aid trucks are in Sinai Desert right now, And Israel, who is ruling the crossing between Palestine and Egypt, is not allowing anything from entering Gaza.
אנחנו מטילים מצור מוחלט על העיר עזה. אין חשמל, אין מזון, אין מים, אין דלק. הכל סגור.
So you just heard what he just said. Everything will be closed. No fuel, no food, no electricity. Everything will be closed. So what are people supposed to do? Where are people supposed to go?
It's critical that the prosecutor at the International Criminal Court move forward with the formal probe into serious crimes committed in or from Palestine.
This is just a horrific tragedy, man, on all levels. And as somebody who considers themselves to be a humanitarian, somebody that considers themselves to be on the side of righteousness, there's no way that I can sit here in a country that's supposed to be free and endorse what's happening in Israel and Palestine. There's no way that I can endorse it. There's no way that I can agree with it. There's no way that I can support it. There's no way that I could be a part of it. In other geopolitical news, Al Jazeera reports Uganda court hears suit filed in opposition to anti-LGBTQ law. The law has drawn widespread condemnation from the international community, but is popular in the conservative Uganda. The Constitutional Court of Uganda has begun hearing the first challenge to a draconian anti-gay law that has triggered criticism from the United Nations and led to the United States visa restrictions on government officials. So, my opinion as it relates to how I feel about this, which is, I'm free to have my own opinion, but I would consider myself to be a homophobic. You understand? Like, I absolutely unequivocally don't wish to be around anyone who is of this community. Um, I don't find the need to want to be, nor do I find or feel the need to have to be. And I believe that that's, my free will. Now, I don't have an issue to the extent that I would um, cause problems or be harmful or even disrespectful, like to each his own. I believe that people are entitled to live their own lives. And so, with that being said, I absolutely don't have a problem with, you know, the LGBTQ community. But I also do not wish to engage. I do not wish to be around. I do not wish to, you know, be a part of anything that would have such individuals involved. And so, and I believe that that's freedom of choice. I'm actually super proud of the people of Uganda for standing on these principles. You understand what I'm saying? For not allowing, um, Camilla Harris to come over there and to spread the agenda of the LGBT community over there. I'm so appreciative of the fact that they denounced that and that whole lifestyle and way of living. You understand? And so it just made me very pleased to see them have laws to uphold those same um views and aspirations. You understand? And so that's a very, very proud thing. That's a very, in other geopolitical news, Al Jazeera reports nonsense. Putin rejects Biden's claims that Russia plans to attack NATO. The Russian president says Moscow has no interest to fight with NATO countries. Like, and I absolutely believe him. You know, Ukraine is absolutely being crushed by Russia right now. You understand? Like, they're losing horribly, miserably. And the defense contractors that are in the Ukraine right now that are supposedly there to help them, it's only a money grab. You understand? They're just there to, ensure that, they can get some money from Ukraine when it's time to rebuild. You understand? But that's kind of a long shot. You understand? Because no one knows what Putin will do. No one knows what Russia will do when this is over with. No one knows what deal will be worked out. You understand? So it's kind of far fetched to just think that, there's going to be so much rebuilding. There's so much money to be gotten in Ukraine. You know, I find it hard to believe that the economy would bounce back so strongly when it needs such a large amount of assistance from the West and Western allies. It just absolutely makes no sense. And as I said, Russia is absolutely destroying Ukraine right now. Like Ukraine, as it relates to being victorious against Russia, it's non-existent. It won't happen. On the X platform, formerly known as Twitter, the Iran Observer posts breaking: the United States will announce Operation Prosperity Guardian tomorrow and has sent an additional destroyer to the Red Sea. Houthi communicator told Al Jazeera that an attack on Yemen or missile launch sites would turn the entire Red Sea into a war zone. The only losers of this war would be Europe and the United States. The United States reminds me of that bully, right? That bully that loves to bully. But what does that bully do when it comes across a kid or an individual that is not scared? And not only is this individual not scared, but they're absolutely willing to fight back. What does the bully do then? So now I want to bring you guys' attention to this platform, right? Here's a platform called TikTok. This is what I believe to be the most censored platform in the United States of America and maybe the world right now. So what I've been noticing about this platform is the videos that I've been putting up on all social media platforms. On this platform in particular, the videos have been being censored by way of the sound being muted on my videos. So the sound's been muted, as you can see on this video right here. You see the X on the sound. You see the X on the sound here. And, as I go down, you can see the X on the sound here. So what I've been noticing is they've been censoring my videos on this platform. As you can see, the other video, the last two videos I put up, they are not muted in any way, but you can see the view count. They're showing no views. So they're not even promoting it. Now you see the other videos before they probably caught whiff or caught on to the content that's inside of these videos. You see it has hundreds of views. And then from that point on, from the moment that they start to mute the videos, you see the numbers go dramatically down and the numbers are not going up at all. So they've, shadow banned me on this platform. And I don't mind. You understand? Because I know very well that That's exactly what's happening. I know that, this is a country and it's based off of freedom of speech. Well, not based off of it, but it's supposed to uphold it. But with that being said, I just like to point things out to you guys like this so you be informed and you be in the know. Don't just think that you can just post anything on social media platforms and that, because you have freedom of speech, it should just be able to be posted and put up there. That is absolutely not true. With that being said, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Did you know about some of these stories that I posted? Do they make you angry? Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know how you feel. Always remember, stay vigilant, stay safe. Peace.